Hello and welcome to Rachael Bebe Beauty. Tonight I've got Becky White from Miss Velvet and I've got Lorna Evans from Lorna Evans
Hi,
Education.
everyone.
So we're just going to try and keep you occupied. We've already done the draw up, as you can see, and that's as per all of Becky's lines. It's all
Which lines do you
symmetrical.
mean, Rach?
No, not the bad lines,
Keep
the
it
good
good.
lines. So we've chosen the colour, so now we're going to proceed with the actual microblading. The difference between microblading and a shadow brow is this is all hair stroke. So it's just going to look beautiful and natural immediately. It's a little bit uncomfortable initially because we don't use a number on the skin at the start. We don't want to compromise the skin. It makes it a little bit too soft and mushy. We've got some people joining, so we've got Lorna Evans without her glasses.
Yeah, I know, that's going to be good, isn't it?
You're going to have to go and get glasses. Yeah. And if you've got any questions, please ask. It doesn't matter. I want it to be out there. It's very raw. It's very as is. You can ask any questions. So I've mixed up a colour. We're going to get some anaesthetic and we're going to start.
Well, we've got some good people that's all joining already, Rachel. And if I can just say that, Rach, you want to ask lots of questions, or can you actually answer questions while you're doing
it? Yeah. Every now and then I might just repeat myself a little bit or and ah a little bit. But so now's a good time to ask, how's it feeling, Becky?
Well, I know a few people that are watching. Thanks, Katrina. Hi, babe. How are you? Yeah, it's probably more nerve-wracking having everyone watching more than anything. But I trust you, Rach, so...
And I only had one glass of champagne.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, now, I think Jane Boswell says she's got the popcorn ready.
All right.
Yes.
I think I just need the bubbles.
So we'll get the bubbles as soon as we can. Just close your eyes. You can see I hold the skin nice and tight. This is all about pressure versus pressure of the blade.
And some you might have to stretch more than others. Oh. Have I got... Because I can't see in the screen. Are you...
Yeah, you're in there, yeah. Okay, has anyone got any questions? Can you see and hear Lorna?
Yes, I can. I've actually just put it on my phone because I forgot my glasses. Can you fix old eyes as well?
So, Rach, are you actually tattooing now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's...
How's it feeling?
Oh, it's really minimal.
On a scale of 1 to 10. So you can see I've got my... Yeah?
So on a scale of 1, I'd say it's 1.
And 10 being ouchy?
It's not even ouchy. It feels probably a bit like... Oh, I don't know. Like, it's not even as rough as a nail scratching the skin.
Gosh, I hope it's working.
You will know that. I can't
We'll
tell
give it a
you.
little wipe in a minute. So I've only been over that once. I need to get my bottom line in first as well before I can wipe off, before the unveiling.
Rachel, before we actually started the live, you've obviously done your drawing.
Yep.
So tell me, how do you start with, how do you know where to start with the drawing?
Well, with the drawing, what we do, and this is the beauty of it's drawn properly, it's actually, maybe I should take this off so you can hear me better. We work with, like, there's the beautiful natural bones. So I'm drawing your arch, or the top of the arch on the outer side of the brow bone there. Mm-hmm. We're going in from the nose. We're working from we're using the lines from the corner of the eye here. So it's all symmetrical and it's going to be different for everybody.
Now, I've seen you use a special little tool for that too, which is pretty unique, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one from the phibrows. So about 2 months ago, I did phibrows training.
Yeah.
And this is this little gadget here. And when I use that, basically it can't go wrong. The only thing that can go wrong is I can have one up here and one down there, but that's never a good thing. So we try and avoid that.
Courtney Weston has actually just said it makes me want to have some brows when she comes down, so she's so coming to visit you.
Courtney, I can highly recommend it. I've had my eyes tattooed before, and it is nowhere near the same. That's a very uncomfortable, I found, experience, but you do get used to it. This is I'm starting to feel it a little bit now, but it's not.
Told you not to say that.
Oh, okay. You said be real, Rach.
No, I lied.
It's certainly not what I would call a pain, though. It's just a little scratchy feeling. If that, not even as painful as waxing.
So that's the first pass, and then we've just got to hope that there's enough moisture in the skin for those purple dots to disappear. I'm going to pop some anaesthetic on this now. You can see these beautiful little hairs in here. Now what we do is we do go over those hairs just a little bit. We feel them. So we're going to give them a little bit more colour, and then we just thicken it up.
So what if you don't have a lot of eyebrow hair?
Well, that's even easier again, because at the moment I'm working with what she's got. So if there's no hair there, I can just create as per her shaped face. Can you see in there? Yeah.
Because there is a bit of a difference, isn't there? There's a difference between what's microblading, and hair stroke. What is that?
Well, they're actually the same. What I'm happy to be part of is phibrows is huge internationally, absolutely huge. The training is extensive. It's not just a 3-day course. Now, a lot of you know that I actually teach a 3-day course. The reason I do that is so that I can have a little bit more control over the quality of the work that's coming out.
Now, Katrina's actually just said, can she see a little bit closer? Can you bring that down a little bit? Is that better,
Which
Katrina?
Katrina was that?
Katrina O'Carroll?
Tell her not to be so difficult.
Hold on, is that better, Katrina? Without being in Rachel's way. It is about the brows.
Yeah, it is looking better.
I don't want to be in Rachel's way.
I can see it on my phone too.
So
It's tough.
the difference with this training is that this is just so much more thorough. It's even after I've been tattooing for 15 years, so I've been doing everything, all areas for 15 years. And when I went back and did this training, it was so much harder. I drew for an hour a day for I probably drew about 90 hours. So, and now it's pretty easy for me. But
That's a lot of practice.
that's a lot of practice. My poor husband, he said to me one night, "What are you doing?" And as you can see, there's a tiny little speckle of the "ud" word, but that's it.
You know what is actually really amazing to me? Is it's not actually plugged into anything.
No, and it's not noisy.
No.
There's a little scratching on the skin that Becky will be hearing.
Oh, I can feel it more than hear it. But
No, you're not meant to say that either.
oh,
But you don't look very uncomfortable.
I'm certainly not uncomfortable.
So if you would say on a scale of 1 to 10,
Me?
yeah,
Yeah.
what would you say that you were sitting at? Pain?
Well, it's not a pain. It's just
Uncomfortable.
no. I wouldn't even say it's an uncomfortable feeling. You can certainly feel the like dot as it's going
Yep.
along, but I couldn't say it's actually a pain. Look, for me, it would be maybe a 1. Obviously, as Rachel's a little bit more on the midline, so heading towards the middle of my face.
That's more uncomfortable
On the
there, isn't
underneath,
it?
well, the underneath,
Right.
that's probably, I can feel it more than on the outer, but
And that differs from person to person.
yeah, but it's certainly not what I would call a pain as such.
So was this side worse?
No, and I thought it might have been.
Yeah, often it is.
Yeah, I was waiting for the left side because certainly waxing is more painful on that other side.
Well, it's got something to do with the heart, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the heart being wide on that side.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe yours isn't wide.
So
Maybe
hi
it's
to
not.
Gail, hi to Gail Joy, who's just joined us.
Oh, hello, Gail.
Isn't
Hope you're
she
feeling
sick?
better. Yes, she is. Well, she's
too
better
sick.
Oh,
now. No, she can sit in bed and watch.
get well soon, Gail.
Wait till we get a hold of your eyebrows, Gail. We should have that. All right, so these beautiful little lines, they just look like little pencil marks at the moment. I'm going to go back and fill them. So I have my slight incision there, and now I use a different technique. I'm not going deep on the skin, but I'm just popping some more colour in.
Now we've got a question here from Helen. How long does it last, Rachel?
The microblading lasts the least amount of time, Helen, and the best I can explain it is, see, we've got another little bit of blood there, tiny weeny bit for all those people out there that don't like that.
But I can't see it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't open your eyes.
Julie White said, "Gee, you girls could talk."
Shut up.
We haven't even had a drink yet.
Well, it would be
Here we are. Well, I got here too late.
It would be boring if we were just watching anyway. It's better to be.
So what was that question?
So Helen said, how long does it last?
Okay, so for somebody that's got an oilier skin, they don't hold the pigment as long, and it's probably only going to last about 9 months. And somebody with normal skin, it's probably going to last about the 12 months. Did you have a watery eye?
Oh, it's only from the light. It's not from the...
So when we come back in the 12 months or the 9 months, are we back to square one, or is it just like a top up?
Possibly with this technique. And if I explain it a little bit better, with the hair stroke, all we're doing is popping a tiny little bit of pigment on a lot of skin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so natural. So I say to people, with this procedure, you could go and have lunch with the Queen if you wanted.
Actually, that's one thing I was about to say. I never asked you, but is there any
You wanted to
downtime?
go to the Queen?
No. Yeah.
Late now, Becky.
No, is there any downtime? Like, will there be swelling or is there...
No,
No.
not with this. Also, with this technique, we very delicately, we're only working on the epidermis.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not working really deep in the skin. I'll just turn you over there a little bit. So I'm still just filling these little lines before I go on. Just popping some colour in them.
Is there different colours? Can you choose? So when you say you're putting some colour in,
Yeah. Yeah, so there are different colours. And what we need to take into account is a lot of the time the healing, if you go too deep, or a lot of people, you know, you hear that somebody's warm and somebody's cool in their colourings. If they're going to be cool, they're going to heal a little bit bluer, which is when you see those horrible eyebrows that are dark, they're black, they're grey. They can do a little bit of bluing up. So we try to stay away from those ones. And that's why we only work on the epidermis. So this, when I finish, will just be just lovely and natural.
And so will this fade after, like, will it change colour or will it just go slightly lighter?
You'll just lose your intensity.
Okay.
It'll just get to a stage where you think, okay, I'm going to pick up my pencil and I'm going to start drawing in, and then before you know it, you're probably picking up the phone to have again.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
And can you still, I know you've made them thicker, but can you still wax over the tattooing if you needed to?
The only downside with this is that you need to keep your sunscreen on
Okay.
when you're going out in the sun.
Which we should anyway.
yeah, it's not a bad thing.
So if I put that back there, you will see these beautiful little hair strokes occurring.
Is that screen low enough?
That's really cute. Maybe a little bit closer if you can,
If I
Gary.
can. I don't know how.
Can you, hang on, maybe I could hold.
You can probably tilt it.
If I hold
Unless,
it.
oh, here we go.
There?
There we go. Oh.
So
Which way do you want me to go? Hang on, I've got to go the
doesn't
opposite.
Hang on.
I think it's the light, yeah.
What about if I bring...
I don't think we need any more light, do we? Do we need light?
That's better. That's better.
That's better.
So
Oh my God, they look good already.
Carol Brown said she'd love this and she should have it done herself.
Yes, you should. I can highly recommend it.
Tanya said she loves your work, Rachel. Alona has just joined us. So has Holly.
Hello, Holly.
And
Holly
Julie
says,
White said, I did it and it's awesome. Best thing I did ever.
Didn't your when you were at the doctor's
Right,
recently, didn't somebody comment, your specialist comment on your brows?
Alona's like, yes.
It's your turn next, Alona.
Alona's,
I think Alona's... Have you had brows, Alona?
I don't know if we're allowed to divulge that kind of
Oh,
information.
no, okay, that's a secret, the secret squirrel stuff.
Yeah, yep.
Oh,
What happens in the salon stays in the salon. It's a real secret now.
I had my eyeliner done and I love it. Is it the same? Is it the same?
No.
No,
It's not as painful as the eyeliner.
No.
No, we're not going nearly as deep, although with the eyeliner it's a little bit more controlled as well now. A lot of people are just kind of, it's a little bit upset there, a lot of people are just kind of throwing the needles at it, just trying to get colour in. But this isn't a needle, as you see, I'm just scratching the skin. And I'm just getting these beautiful little hairs in here.
Rachel, really good question here from Joy. How much does it cost?
Oh, that's a goodie. This one's $650, but it includes the 2 steps. So we do you once, and then we see you again in 6 weeks. Now, the reason we do that is because your colour will have fallen out a little bit. They might just not be 100%, God forbid, can't handle that. And they might just need a little bit of filling. But with the colour we were talking about before, I can actually salt and pepper them up a little bit if need be. I can give you a little bit of contrast. We can put a different colour through. We can offer you a little bit more texture. So as much as we're doing a colour here today for Becky, you know, when I see her in a few weeks, we can play around with them a little bit more.
We can do an updated live video.
Oh, yes.
We can.
We're very expert.
We're all over it now. We might have been.
We find out all the
we might have had.
creases.
Oh gosh,
Except for my face, that's, you know.
what a beautiful face to have on here. Now I've had all kinds of people helping me this afternoon, trying to help me. We've mucked up big time with, or I did. I'd love to blame somebody else. With my Facebook page, but I don't know what happened.
Well, Carol Brown said she is the best.
Rachel is the best.
So Rachel is the best.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, there's not many model people I'd model for with things.
I was going to say that was a pretty good move. So
Yes.
you obviously had some good trust in
Yes.
Rach. So
I've known Becky since we
We're
were.
tiny.
Alona wants to know, is that the same as what she had done?
Did you have some done alone?
she actually wrote on there, I've done it.
No, Alona had the powder brow. Now,
What's the difference?
well, the difference is with the powder brow, we still draw out the beautiful shape, but I fill it in with a different machine. I can fill it in with this as well, but it's more filling in the colour.
Oh.
So that's one of the questions people always ask me. How will I know which one?
Mm.
Well, I say to people, if you're penciling your brows in every day, you're probably best with the powder brow. But see, there's this is the trend if you want at the moment. We can get some more in there. With the hair stroke. So the hair stroke is taking you back to like when you were 16, you know, with a beautiful, thick Brooke Shields brow. Whereas the powder brow is just like colouring it in every day.
And I suppose that's the really good thing about it not lasting like a permanent tattoo.
Well, this is the thing about it. See, in 12 months, when this
Fashion
is
changes.
fashion changes.
I was just about to say, Rach, do you ever think the thin eyebrow will be back in?
Oh, definitely. Once everybody gets big, thick ones, definitely. You know, there's still, for a younger trend of the kids, they're still having a really thick brow at the moment. Yeah, and a lot of people are scared of that. They come to me and they say, I don't want brows like my daughters. But yeah, it will change, but it'll be just when everybody's got the beautiful, big, thick brows, it'll change back then.
What
then
does
they'll
it
be
feel
back.
like, Becky?
So
So
now, how many coats have you done now? Or
Coats.
thinking nail polish.
Pick the nail tech.
Yeah.
We've done, this is probably about the third pass.
Yeah, so this is probably, I'd say this might be at about a 2. If anyone's had Botox that's watching, and this is about to dig my hole deep, but if you have had Botox before...
You can only imagine this is what it's like.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be aware that there's like a little crunchy feeling when they inject it, and while it doesn't feel like that, the sensation's probably a very similar sensation.
Okay.
It's like a little crunchy scratch more than anything. It's sort of now a little bit more tender, but still nothing up near not even near a 3.
Okay, so I can get some more anaesthetic on her.
does everyone get champagne before they have their eyebrows done?
Or is it only after dark?
It's only after dark.
After dark.
Yeah. I can't open champagne and not drink it. What else can we say? Colours. Getting back to colours, a lot of the time there's colours in other ranges that are pre-made, and I do have some pre-made colours, but I tend to mix mine up a little bit. So in this, I've mixed some red in it. Because of Becky's colourings, I just don't want her to go too grey, too dark. So I've mixed some warm in it. A brow needs to heal down redder, and it will last longer. So as it fades, it'll just fade more naturally as well.
Rachel, I want to talk a little bit more about the phibrows, because I don't think you've talked about, because as a friend, I think I've listened to you for
I'm sorry.
months on this phibrows, and it's huge what you're doing, and I don't think
Yeah.
you've actually said enough about it, because how many people in Australia are going to be experts or masters at the phibrows?
Well, at the moment, there's only 20 of us in Melbourne.
Wow.
There
Yeah,
might
that's
be
huge.
more, but there's probably only 100 in Australia.
Mhm.
We've only got 2 trainers in Australia, and what that means is they've done 18 months essentially and proved their work with their phibrows. And phibrows is a technique, so I had to draw and draw, like I said before. But overseas, it's absolutely huge because it's just so beautiful. You know, as you can see, this creating, it's just
It's a bit like art, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is an art. Yeah.
And I think it's like any trade, and you know, I know Becky, and I know lots from hairdressing and from, you know, nail technicians, and no matter what you do, it's ongoing training, and
Definitely.
that's what makes the difference. You know, there's lots of people out there doing eyebrows and doing the eyeliner and so forth, but
They're not keeping up with their actually, you know what, we are very, very lucky here locally. We have some absolutely beautiful tattooists, and it keeps your work, it keeps you accountable to your work. So over the other side of town, I don't actually think there's as beautiful operators or artists as what we have here.
We're pretty lucky on the peninsula.
Oh,
aren't
we really are, and their work is beautiful. So we are lucky to have that, and it gives us more options, and it keeps us on the ball with our work. So, yeah.
well, training's definitely the key. Oh, now your sister wants to know, can
Hi,
you do
Kylie.
this to Shane's head?
Oh, does Shane know about this?
That might take longer
It
than
might
half an
cost a
hour.
little bit more than how much was the eyebrows?
Might be a different kind of feeling.
There might also be, can't say too much, but for the people that know people that have done brows and they're not happy with their work, watch this space because there's a new technique coming to town.
Like the tattoo
Removal.
fixer-uppers or whatever.
Fixer-uppers.
You know, those people that show that they recreate a new tattoo
Yeah.
from the old one.
Isn't it ink incorporated?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Well, it's just for cosmetic tattooing, but
This is
I'm
for the
about
removal.
to go to America, yeah.
So, Rachel, you've mentioned too that you do the eyes, but what other part of the body can you do?
Oh, and lips.
Lips.
We'll do that live. So I think next month I'll do a powder brow, like Alona's Beautiful Brows, and then we'll get some lips going because lips are just so understated.
And is the feeling the same roughly on the lips, or is it more intense? Or
Well, the lips used to be a lot more uncomfortable, but I stumbled against this anaesthetic that you don't even feel the lips now.
wow.
I know.
So Joy just asked, is there any aftercare that you need to do, like if you have a normal tattoo? You know, so anything to make sure that it actually stays better?
Yeah. With this, I give you some beautiful little cream to take away. You're going to apply that 3 times a day for the next 4 days. That is it. If you go, a lady said to me this morning, can I exercise? Well, I would have any opportunity not to exercise. I'm like, can I have your outfit? You can exercise, but you just need to be really, really careful that you apply this cream first.
Sure.
You can shampoo your hair, but just pop this cream on your little...
And can I wear makeup still?
Yep, sure can. So no, it's really, you know, as you were.
And sometimes you're actually going through and you are breaking the skin a little bit. So do you get little scabs or anything like that? Is we going to...
This is really only surface. It's called epidermal, excuse my tummy, an epidermal treatment. So no, you might have a little bit of colour fall off, but I haven't gone deep enough to create scabs.
Yeah.
So no, your brows will just...
And you've got a big hello from Gazelle and also from Claire Witty.
Hello, my love. Loves.
Now, this is a really good one from Leanne. Do you start with an initial consultation? So what
We
if
can.
I'm a bit scared?
Yeah, we can, Leanne.
That's what the champagne was for.
Is that your initial consultation?
And it's got a sign here.
indemnity.
Sure. Look, there's some people that I really suggest, if they're not comfortable with it, that's why we're doing this. So you can see it's just so simple and easy. It's not traumatic but yep, you certainly come in. I offer a 15-minute complimentary consult, take you through some photos. We have a little chat. We can work out what you want. Always say work out what you don't want. I even said that to Becky before.
I was just about to say that. I was about to say one thing that was really reassuring was that the first thing Rach said, is there anything you don't want? And then I had a couple of pictures and obviously was guided by what my face shape was. But the consultation was really thorough from my point of view. And when we did the lovely drawings on the face, I could certainly see potentially what it was going to look like. And obviously then we had that conversation, was that a look I was after as well. So yeah, it was.
So how much does the face shape make a difference to what kind of shape you actually choose?
Oh, it just is. It's the way your face is meant to be. It's the shape. Is that what you mean?
Mm.
It's just the way it's meant to be. So we're born with brows, and we're born with brows, and then we actually change them.
Now, what are you doing now?
Ooh, so I'm just making sure my two centres are right. And as you can see, I've got my dots there, and I haven't even tattooed to them. So there you go.
Now, Claire, because she wasn't here before, so it's probably a good one to go over. Does it hurt?
Okay, so no, Claire, it's not what I would call a hurt as such. It's definitely not as painful as waxing or anything. It's like a tiny little scratchy feeling, but not even as scratchy as a nail would be. So certainly you can see I hope you can see I'm not flinching. I'm quite relaxed. I don't even feel like my heart rate's up or anything. That might be the champagne, but no, I'm only joking.
All part of the plan.
Yeah. No, it's certainly, as I said, I've had my eyes tattooed before, Claire, and that was a very flinchy
You make your eyes
at first. Yeah. But this is different. It's, it's sort of, I'd say it's, look, a 1 to 2, depending on your threshold. Not even, really.
And I don't know if anyone noticed before, but Becky's, this eye was much higher. This brow was much higher than the other one. So that's why I'm just playing around with it a little bit more, because I just want to take from the height and create a little bit more of a focus under here.
Now, your husband's actually joined in our live, so I'm wondering if Matt B's actually after a little bit of his eyebrow.
He's probably after me to come in and do the dishes or something.
He wants to compliment you on that beautiful dinner.
I even made dinner tonight.
You did in the slow cook. It was
I
beautiful.
did.
You are the true woman.
I am the wife. Day off tomorrow, though.
Good shape. They're looking good.
Oh, can I have a sneak?
Yeah, I have
Oh,
you not
that's exciting.
seen.
No, I haven't. I've been.
But also, you're looking up to them,
Yeah, I
so
know.
they tend to look.
Do you ever
still-
feel when someone sits up, their face sags back down?
Oh no! Don't say that.
Now, Claire is asking, how long does it last, Rach?
Well, it's going to last about. This is going to last about 9 months. So 12 months. Just keep your eyes closed for me for a sec. So even at this stage, I'm still able to recover a little bit if I need to. I'm just measuring out all my points before I sit her up and have a look. And her corners. This one
Helen
just
said
needs-
it's looking good. Beck?
Thanks, Hal.
Is that our Helen down the road here?
Helen Farmer.
Yeah.
You'll have to book in, Hal.
Has she just gone out? Got bad reception? All right. I'm still just lacking a little bit over here.
Helen said yes. Yes, you want it done, or yes, she's had it done?
I don't think she's
I
had
don't
it
think
done.
she's had it done, no. Helen owns,
Pragmatic, where they do all the beauty training.
Oh, beautiful.
that beautiful website.
Now, what's this?
This is a colour wash. So
This is what I saw your sister have all over.
Oh.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, I did. I coloured her in. I had a little bit of fun.
Oh, was that Amy?
Yeah. I won't do it to you though. So what I do is, this is called our feed brush.
Yeah.
And we're just depositing the colour. The brush is a little bit rough, so not too rough.
Now, again, you've gone back to the feet. So not many people in Australia have.
Oh, the
this
feet
little
brows.
brush
So
thing, have they?
yeah, no. I don't even know if everybody uses it. It's not a compulsory part of the training. Part of our training is we can keep going. A lot of people that do microblading will probably colour wash anyway.
Now, Michelle Richardson's just tuned in, obviously. She said, what are you doing?
Me or Rachel?
So, Rachel, what was the obviously you're doing eyebrows and you're doing the hair stroke, is that right?
The microblading.
It's a microblading.
Yeah, microblading. Okay, so what I'm also going to do, we're nearly finished, we're about 2 minutes away from finishing. We're going to just do another little colour wash on there. Remember I said before, taking into account Becky's colours, I don't want it to heal too dark.
So how many colours do you have to choose from?
I've got, this makes it redder, warmer, and then I've got a lightener. I can lighten all my colours down, and then I've got about 6 basic colours.
Yeah.
And then with all of these colours, I can mix and make my own browns as well. Got a beautiful one for redheads.
Yeah.
I love my redheads colour.
Now, Matt B wants to know if she qualified. Matt,
you're not
we're
meant to say that.
overqualified. They're looking lovely. I don't think they're looking lovely
Okay,
right
thank you
now.
very much.
Oh, that's beautiful, Rach.
You are so
That is
ready.
just what I wanted.
All you need now
Yes.
is your lips on.
And my red nose. Yes, actually the red nose might be
We can
red.
organise that.
This is the bit most people wouldn't see.
Matt, say hi to people.
He can be your meet and greet.
Good old Maddie, there's no show without punch.
But I think, again, I go back to hair, and anyone can actually pick up a tint bowl and the brush. It's what goes in the tint bowl that is what makes you actually the expert. So what you've actually just done then with, and I'm looking at all the colours that you've got over there, which I think you should probably take that over and maybe show them.
No,
or
which
bring
way
a
do you want me
couple
to
of
go?
over. Can you see all? There's so many.
All my colours?
There's a lot to choose from.
Where are you, Rach? Hang on.
So can you see?
Oh, it's too dark, I think. You might have to flick that. Flick the light around.
Hello. You know, I've listened to you talk a lot about the pigments and all the colours
Do
that
you
you're
say I
choosing.
talk a lot?
Yeah, you do. You love what you do. I love that.
I don't
You're
think.
passionate. That's the difference.
I'll
It's
take
not
it
that
over
you're
in 2
talking
secs.
about it a lot. You're passionate about what you're doing.
Oh, I absolutely. Do you
Thanks,
know,
Heidi.
more than anything, I'm like, I don't see why everybody couldn't use this. There's just the same questions.
Oh,
with
there's
these
the
little
pink. There's
sore
the colour
arms.
now. No. I was just saying there's all your colours through there.
The same questions arise all the time, exactly the same questions, and that's exactly why I thought, right, let's just show people exactly how easy it is. So that's taken 35 minutes.
And if anything, it probably just feels like I've had an eyebrow wax, really. That would be the feeling now.
It's taking a bit longer.
Yeah, that's a long eyebrow
Really,
wax.
sometimes when you're having an eyebrow wax, you
Shape.
lie up there and it's quite actually relaxing too, isn't it? It's like a bit of downtime, isn't it? A bit of you time.
I don't know, not the way I do it.
In and out.
Okay, and then all I'll do is just pop a little bit of makeup back on her, so she looks like someone.
Heidi
loves
said
it.
it looks good, Beck.
Thanks, Heidi.
Now, over the next 4 days, you can probably expect to lose about 30% of colour.
Mm-hmm.
So 30%, a little bit of thickness. It'll fade down a little bit.
How long does the rice need to cook for? Your husband wants to know.
90 seconds, it said on the back.
I do great brows, but I'm not very good at rice. Okay.
Now, can I just ask?
Yeah.
If Becky's come today to have her eyebrows done, if she wanted to stay longer, can she have her
stay
eyebrows?
for the champagne?
Can she stay longer? If I gave her another glass of champagne,
I'll show you this.
can you have your eyeliner done on the same day?
Well, I'm very lucky. There's all my my tints, my colours. I'm very lucky. I'm quite booked out, so that doesn't really.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a sit up and everything now?
Do you want me to show everybody?
So I would probably need to call it a review, but we could always make you another time.
So you're saying that it's better to do each procedure on a different day?
Oh no, you could definitely, if we've got time, we could definitely have it all done at the same
So
time.
I booked it all in.
Oh,
I can
yeah,
have it done at the
yeah.
same
This
time.
is like looking in a weird
Yeah,
mirror
nice.
when you. Oh yeah, there we go. They look cool.
You're very clever.
If you
Rachel,
hold
as
it up.
Kristen said.
Yeah, instead of looking up to it.
Even
Yeah.
Russell Evans has joined.
Even Russell Evans.
Gosh.
They look good.
Awesome, Rachel.
Thanks, Rach. They
Lisa
look really
said
cool.
She can't wait.
Who said that?
Lisa Smith.
I
yes.
saw Lisa this afternoon. Lisa, when you rang, we were in desperate dire straits trying to get the machine working. So
When you say the machine, you do mean the Facebook.
the Facebook, yeah.
The machine.
Not the tattoo machine.
No.
No.
Yeah, that did not stall once.
That was good the whole time. Julie White said, gorge.
Gorge.
And Russell said, no, I haven't.
Oh, we can give you some hair too, Russ. Alrighty, so on my Facebook page, there's lots of other photos as well.
Yep.
You can go to my website. You can go to my website as well. Thank you for coming to play, and I think I'll download it onto the website so you can watch it later if you'd like to, and you can actually zoom into it a little bit closer.
Oh, that could be scary.
Oh no, I think it's better for people to be able to see a little bit closer.
Yeah.
But of course, if you've got any questions, shoot me a private question or Facebook me. And thanks for coming to play with us.
Beautiful work.
Thanks so much, Rach. Really grateful.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Okay, ciao.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Oh, we can't do that.
Actually, I should be